morning to you all. And Chris is here again. It's a beautiful day. You know, I put up, I'm very, very sad today, but I'm going to try and put up a good place. Well, it is the 18th of August, 2025. Put it down. Very important day. 18th of August, 2025. The only thing to do is, where are we? Where are we at? The same way I asked in my platform this morning, where are we? You see, when you ask yourself difficult questions, you find difficult answers. And that may be the way you need to go. On today's show, I really have to take my time to do something wonderful, something I've been talking about it, but I don't think we have really done it. We have really been able to approach it the way I'm going to do it this way. So I'm going to try and ask the question that every Nigerian should be asking themselves. And I'm going to do that quickly. But before I do that, I'm going to quickly add my people to the show this morning. For your information, by next week, hopefully, we will have Lagos to join the show. And it will be more than just me, Asaba, Abuja, and then we'll add Lagos. And then we'll expand more. Because that's what SRTV or ART television is all about. On today's show, I want to identify the restructure we need. Now, it's a difficult one. Let me quickly quiet and quickly add Mary. Let me add everybody to the show. Mary. Oh, okay. Oh, you guys are here. How come?
Good morning.
Auntie. Morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Asaba.
Good
morning, Mary.
Well, the topic is a difficult one. The restructure we need. We're going to be timely today. We're going to follow time and see what we can do to do justice to every aspect of our morning broadcast. For those of you just joining us, this is the African Renaissance Television. And today, we're going to look at the restructure Nigeria needs. You know, every time they say, we want to restructure the Nigerian state, we want to restructure the Nigerian state. What is it to be restructured? What is really wrong? Do you know, funny enough, I think Nigeria is in a unique position to succeed. We have it already set up. Nigeria is already set up. I think I was trying to play with an image. I'll see if I can bring that image. You know, as we were talking on one of the shows here, and let me add this to the platform. The Nigeria, you know, is said to have the north and the south, the east and the west. I don't understand. But the most important thing is that Nigeria has 36 plus a federal capital territory, which makes it 37. We have 774. Is that correct? Or 740 something? Local governments. Okay. Now, what is wrong with that? Many people want us to go back to where we started from. And I reminded Nigeria that was the time we were really, we had the time of bigotry in Nigeria. Then the Yoruba man was a Yoruba man. The Hausa man was an Hausa man. The Igbo man was an Igbo man. The First Republic, that was what destroyed the Nigerian First Republic. We are not sincere. Yes, they were running their own economy, but they were so much that the Yoruba man was only looking for the interest of the Yoruba man. The Hausa man looking for the interest of the Hausa man. The Igbo man looking for the interest of the Igbo man. It's not that bad. We can still do it now. Why we have a wonderful country called Nigeria. Now, I always say to people, yes, they were forced. Nigeria was forced. We're not even meant to be one. But perhaps that is the biggest blessing that ever happened to Africa. Because had Nigeria not been merged, then we would have been broken into pieces. You see all the small other African countries that are so pieces. They are pieces of land. They are not countries. And that's why they say Nigeria is the biggest large nation in Africa. And that's not a blessing. It's a blessing because that's what we want Africa to be one. Because that's the only way we're going to strike with one mighty blow. Let me tell you, the success of Nigerian movies today came from Nigerian population. Anything you put in Nigeria will sell because we have a huge population. It's always a good thing. We need to take advantage of what we have. That's what I'm going to try and talk about today. However, we have a problem. We don't run a federal system of government. I think when they say federal system of government, they always say, oh, the federal government, the state, we have that in America. The only reason we have issues with the Nigerian system we are running currently is the way the money is being shared. The whole money goes to Abuja, then the state and the local government will go there waiting. In fact, local government don't even have a say. The state will go there to fight for its own share. Then they will oppress the local government. That's the biggest trouble. There's nothing wrong with the Nigerian state. You see, if I am the president of Nigeria now, I see it as an opportunity because now I'm going to say something today. Imagine if the 774 local governments are actually doing something. And the state is doing their own share. And the federal government is doing their own. Imagine how much we'll be making. As it is, the only money coming to Nigeria, as I can think of, is the one coming to the federal government, which is the oil money. So there's no other money coming into this country. And now we want to blame that because we want to go back to the old system where everybody was doing their own. What are you going to do? And let me ask the Igbo man, if they break you away today, what will the East contribute? What can you feed yourself now? With this economy now, is the East, are you feeding yourself? The money that you're using in the East is coming from the federal government. The money is coming from the North is coming from the federal government. Yes, those of us in the South, we claim we own the oil. The oil is not just your own. It belongs to the Nigerian state. We need to be careful when we want to fight for, oh, let us go back to this, let us do this, let us do that. I think our problem is we not understanding the beauty of the country called Nigeria. It's a beautiful land. It's a beautiful opportunity. It's something the whole of Africa need to build on. That's why Nelson Mandela was saying, until Nigeria ends respect. He wasn't making a mistake. He has South Africa. You hear from the Kenyan people, all of them will tell you, Nigeria is the country that will raise, if we raise the bar, the rest of Africa will raise it. The black race will find a place. And that's where but what is the problem? America practices the same system of government we have now. We copied everything from there. America have the states. America actually have 54 states. We only have how many? We only have 36. We are making mad. America have 54. But the difference is every state in the United States run an economy and they have their own police. Now it's okay to say, oh, Nigeria, every state needs to have their own police. Does Delta State you have money to pay policemen? If Delta State as it is cannot pay teacher salaries, can they pay policemen? Mary Mona answer me. Can Anambra State pay their own police?
If state want to generate their own money, they can generate their own money. So
but what is stopping them?
Delta State is not owing any. Delta State is not owing any teacher. They have never owed any teacher. They are paying salary.
Where's the money coming from? Where's the money to pay the teachers? Have Delta State generated money to pay their teachers? Is Delta State generating the money to pay teachers, or is the money coming from the federal government? Why will Delta State not pay? If they are getting the whole money going to Delta State alone, it's equal to the money going to the whole of the Southeast. Listen to me. 5 states in the East: Anambra, Imo, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Abia. The money going to them monthly is the money coming to Delta State is even more than the one going to all those 5 states, and you cannot pay teachers. What did I want to do before? So glad that Delta State can pay salaries. In fact, Mary, the question I ask is the money Delta State used to pay teacher salary, are they making the money? The answer is no. That's why they can pay, because more money is coming from where? From the federal government to the oil region. Now let's clap for ourselves. You see, the bottom line is, Mary said the big word today. If the state want to make money, they can. But the question I ask myself is, who stops them? Now, and if you people begin to ask your governors this question, maybe we can think well. We've talked about this before, but that's not the area I even want to talk about today. The biggest blessing of the Nigerian state is actually what? Our local government. The best thing Nigeria ever thought of is the local government. Mary, I have never seen anybody identify with a local government in Nigeria. It is nothing. Only reason I come from Etiop West is because they know I'm from Etiop West. A lot of people don't even know the name of your local government. But at least they can remember their state. Because the local government is of no impact. Of zero impact. Other than saying you won't go take birth certificate, we're not able to get birth certificate, so forget that one. So what is your local government? Mary, when last did you visit your local government?
Do I have any business with them? What am I visiting them for?
You see what I'm saying?
Why would you have business with them? Your own local government. What are you saying, Mary?
It's not Mary.
I thought he's talking about the local government chairman. I want to know what business have with local government chairman.
In the local government, when last did you go there for one thing or the other? That's the question I ask.
And that one is anytime I travel to the east now. So
no. That you visit the place. When did you go to the council and say, "Oh, this is what I'm doing. The council is doing this. It has an impact, or is doing one project"?
I have not. And that's the truth.
Other than in those days when they do change of if you want to marry, maybe if you marry in the registry, local government can still do that. They are even dormant. Lagos is doing better. Most of the registry, I've been to Badagry. I don't marry for Badagry local government. And I'll not start again. Don't shut up your mouth. Don't say anything. I was married.
You are the one saying it, so you are saying we should shut up. You are the one exposing
When you're not proud of the things you do, you begin to have
no, I'm proud of it. I did not say. I said you are the one not proud of it. Now going to counts me. I'll be old man.
I think it's high time they cut some of this unnecessary office. The offices are too much. At the end, they don't end up doing anything. And they spend too much money.
My daughter, that is the most important office we're supposed to have is the office of the local government. It's just that we make them useless. Do you know that nobody cannot tell us? In fact, they will go all the money they make. Look at the last time, I've forgotten how much that goes to every local government in Delta State. I think I deleted it. Oh, it's still here. In Delta State alone, look at how much that comes federal government allocation in a month. Now, imagine this is an insult to them. Now, let's really think. If Etiop West, Etiop East, all these local government are giving 1 billion naira, at least Nigeria can borrow that money. In order the money when they give Borivori monthly, Borivori gets about 40 billion. There's nothing wrong if 1 billion goes to the local government. Plus what they have now. And they say to them, you, whatever you are good at, invest that money, 1 billion, in your local government. Use it on a factory or a company. Or, listen, in my place, we don't have shortage of something to do with it. We can either go to farm, we even have river. Our river is so pure that we can never turn it to a tourism or make it for fishery. In fact, the riverine area of the Delta State, we know they can be great in fishing. They know maybe they just put something for water, fish don't come. Somebody will not think of something to make the fish more. Add some food into the water so that our water will produce more fish. The fish will multiply. Imagine how much Delta State we make from only 1 month allocation that Oborivori is playing with. He gets 40 billion. We have only 25 local government. If they give 25 local government, Oborivori still get 15 billion to play with. They are going to China to go and spend this money and collecting the remaining one that's supposed to go to the local government. If Oborivori will be conscious enough, if we get up today and say, let us grow this state, do you know that I will be going to my village? Because 1 billion naira invested in Ogara will bring jobs, will bring opportunities. I'm insulting it by 1 billion. Suppose we make a 5 billion. Suppose we make this 5 billion. Imagine the kind of factory that will be happen in each of the local government. Do you know what's so sad? Benue, maybe you were here. You brought a young boy from Benue. He talked us through Oh God, it was talking about how you can even invest 1 million naira in farming in Benue and how much you're going to get. Imagine, not be that the governor. Imagine the local governments in Benue are given 5 billion naira each to improve their farm. You know what they will do? They will bring in they will be able to buy tractors. In fact, the production of food in Benue will be, I'm only talking of something we can do with, I'm not talking of 1 year plan. This is 3 months. The money is there. Now, I never see a wasted people like this. Now, let's talk about the North. Sometimes we talk about them as if they don't have resources. Big mistake. Somebody that can rear cattle from there to here, you say doesn't have resources. What they have in the North, if you don't know of anything, at least they know say they get meat. Imagine Mary say you give every local government in the North 5 billion to invest on their ranches. Those ones that I don't know all the comparative advantages they have. Mary, you know we'll be exporting beef. Now, beef when we export, we don't corner beef. Now we export. Today in Nigeria, why we see where we are. The Nigeria is the biggest blessing that the black man ever had. That's why I come here every day to talk about it. When I talk about Nigeria, I'm talking about Africa. You see, if we do this, the massive production, I'm only saying 5 billion, it don't cost Nigerian government anything. Maybe what I'm saying now, it will not shake our economy. Thank God, oil see the boom. Oil is everywhere. Imagine we use that money and give them only 5 billion. I say, Mr. Local Government Chairman, I know they give you money. You know what they will do, Mary? They will even pay their own salaries. They will run their own schools. Oh, listen, there are some of these states. If you go to Abia State now, what they are seeing for Abia State? If you give local government in Abia State 5 billion, Mary, Italy go run for shoemaking. Italy, we will give Italy a run for their money. These people cannot buy the machine that people used to make their own shoes, Mary. They cannot. So at the struggle, they cut hand, they cut shoe. Wait till. I mean, why the state governor is misbehaving with money? Even Abia is on that. Even the president governor is rubbish compared to what we can achieve. It's nonsense, Mr. Governor. You know what I'm saying? Who did this to us? Whoever they punish us, now who not know say we get one structure that could have ever saved our life. Maybe there is nobody that ever think of progress and they think of local government today. But our true progress, our destiny lies in our local government. It did not lie in Abuja. Maybe how many people go finish Aso Rock, go look for opportunity? How many? 400 million pursuing Aso Rock. Not be crazy. But imagine me, I dey go my village, you dey go your village, and our state, listen, all the state they get their own project. As I'm talking of the local government, so if Delta State, Lagos State don't prove it. Lagos is generating so much money. Anyway, the money when they make now from our seaport and airport, they have an advantage because they inherit all those things from Nigeria. So Lagos will be shut up sometime too. But let us be sincere here now. Imagine Delta State with all the oil when we get so we don't get single refinery. Then go to get refinery. We're not supposed to beat them for what we're not supposed to they beat them for yash. When I'm talking, you guys are supposed to go and say, Baba, come. If Dangote, a single person, if they look for oil, they go get refinery. Who stop Delta State from having a refinery? I'm not saying the local government now. Because to do anything other than that, it will be an insult to the state. We are blessed with oil. Don't forget that we don't even do refinery. Only our gas alone will generate electricity for the population. Now they insult people.
You know, that if you be complaining about even these rich states, then I wonder, have you asked yourself, what about the northern state that produced the highest number of presidents in Nigeria? Yet, they are still one of the poorest states. So, all the president they produce, what have they been doing? I'm not even
You know,
talking
the
about
northern-
governors. But
Hey,
instead, is always fighting to make sure the president of Nigeria comes from
yeah,
them.
they get president.
Yeah,
yes.
they are not rich. So does it mean that they cannot come out of poverty?
This
Why
is
is it so
what this is.
difficult?
That's a question the Northerners should be asking themselves. You know, I'm able to talk about Delta now. Now, if I go to the north, I ask one question. For people that can rear cow, what these people have is meat in abundance. Maybe imagine say we can't create ranches for them. They can't they produce cow. It is the sort of Argentina economy. Now beef they export. Beef. Argentina no they do any other thing. Now only beef that they breed, they sell. Can the northern states, we never talk of the one where we do farming for rice. So in those days, we have the groundnut pyramid. What is wrong with us, Mary?
Cutting.
If you empower the local government with 5 billion, and it will be now, not tomorrow, today.
Now, Daddy Chris, you are just let's understand something first and foremost. The ideology you're projecting is quite good, powering the local governments. But there's a fundamental issue with local government administration in Nigeria presently. The state governors are still totally in control of the local government structure, number one. The funds that come to local government, even most times before the council chairman even want to spend anything, they must take permission from the governor on what they want to do. And basically, most of these funds are in the state government's account. The autonomy that they craved for, that our Supreme Court affirms to, has not yet been implemented. 99% of local government chairmen and councillors are products of the state government. They were imposed. They were not elected. Understand that in most of them, they were selected and imposed on the people. So they have their paymasters. Godfatherism in our politics is a major problem. We need to transform our electoral act, our electoral system. These are things that are going to be very practicable if local government has total autonomy and they understand what true federalism really is. But as presently constituted, the state governments are still in full control of local government structure, finances, expenditures.
Who can do this now? Who can do this now for us? Who can do this? Just think, who can do this? Maybe who can do this? Because we now know that we need to empower the local government. No, I don't want to talk about problems. I want to talk solutions. Okay. Our solution is there. We can see it. I swear, if Ethiopians West have 5 billion today, they will make money, maybe. They will pay. In fact, the kind of schools you will see in Ethiopian West will be different from what you see now. It's a body what throwing, hey, a body what do like this, water go reach there. If you do like this, go do this. It's an insult. A state should not be able to be taking part in borehole. You then seek. State government, they do borehole.
A politician, it's constituency project.
So let us be clear. This project, I promise
since
you.
The state is the one doing the borehole, since the state is not the one doing the borehole, that's why I said there are some offices that are unnecessary. They have to cut it off.
In fact,
they are wasting.
The state government don't get job. That one when he said never pay them, so we say they pay them. When are the state government? When are the teachers na joke are they? The state governors are jobless. Oh, but what they don't know saying supposed to get refinery. If they construct bridges, see bridge now put on a back, Asabana and Ateso. Now what do they see for back na bridge? Empty bridges that will not be sustained. That cannot never be sustained. I'm saying if you give this 5 billion, I mean for me, if you ask me, federal government will get money for some time. Federal government don't need money. Federal government job is only. In fact, if I'm the federal government of Nigeria, my money will be coming from these people because they'll be paying me. If Tinubu cleverly do what I say, I'm going to write to him. He will be making money from each of the local government because the local government will be paying him his interest back. I will give them 10 billion each. 10 billion. It not going to cost Nigeria money anything. What will happen is, then, in fact, you will see the kind of schools that we have in this local government. They will run an effective primary and secondary school. An effective one. Because more people will be going there to work now. There will be more population in the place. There will be more schools for them. And more jobs, Mary. There will be no need to even run from my village to Lagos. What is in Lagos? Where did they go to Abuja? The opportunity that is in Ethiopian West is not in Abuja. It's just like the opportunity that is in Nigeria. It's not in London, but we don't see it. You see, what I'm saying is, if the government of Nigeria, nobody is going to do it for us. Don't tell me the problem. There will always be problem. If only Tinubu will say today that the executive council, I'm not saying even change, you don't need to restructure Nigeria. I didn't say change the local government, increase more local government. No. Let Tinubu make it a decision to give each local government 10 billion and say to them, I'm still going to survive you for 3 months. Meaning that 10 billion naira, I want a total account for it. You cannot be a local government that sit down like Ongmo, that my own are Ongmo. You know my own. My local government chairman are Ongmo. You get what we would call Ongmo. Upward. Popo. Women are never like that again. Because the local governments in Nigeria today are completely useless. And that is the only problem I have. The federal government is not going to go into farming. The federal government cannot do anything. They have, you know the funny thing, the federal government have ministries. Have you seen the Ministry of Agriculture do anything for Nigeria? They get farm. Wait, our Ministry of Education, they get school. The federal, see, look at our universities. In fact, look at the Ministry of Sports. We need to break it down. Oh God, if I am the governor of the entire state, I will turn my state around. And that's what I will be saying. Then if I am the chairman of the local government, I will turn it around. I need to have that power. And the power I'm talking about is the financial resources under the strict control of the state, of the government. Federal government don't need to work. It's like you born 20 children. You give them money, make them go farm. They go bring money for you. But federal government in Nigeria is the one feeding them monthly, which is the wrong thing to do. And until we turn this trajectory, there's nothing wrong with the state. Nigeria is even as it is now. When I look at Nigeria, I was excited. I said, wow, see what God do for us. You know what I say? I said, see what God do for us, Nigeria. Let's bring me back. See what God do for
Nigeria
us.
Nigeria is blessed now. The nation, we are rich.
I'm even talking of the structure now. I'm not talking of the natural and human resources. We get 20 how many states? 36 plus 1. Only Delta State, Rivers, Akwa Ibom. What did they see there now? Bayelsa. The money where they go Bayelsa, you don't want to know in terms of their population. None of these idiots get refinery. None. Oil dey your land. You dey say, hey, come here, they come take oil. What do you fit do for your own? If they leave the oil for yourself, what do you go do with that? None of them, not one, have a refinery. Dangote went and built a refinery in Lagos State. Okay, so now Dangote and I can't get money pass. Dangote get money pass Delta State. Abi, Mona explain to me why only Dangote if you get refinery. Federal government not stop and move. Federal government not say you cannot have a refinery as an individual. Now Delta State, now federal government won't stop, make it get refinery. Mona look for who the which when they want on, Mona look for her. Go and identify him. I'm going to stop very soon. Listen, my people. Nigeria is the biggest blessing we have. Like I said, if I become the president of Nigeria, I will multiply the local government times 2 or even times 3 with the intention of one thing, that the local government will be my strength. Economic strength. I'm not a talk of political strength. When I talk today, you know, Mary, when everybody wants to get more local government, you know what they look for? More allocation will come to them. The people fighting for state, they don't say when you break their state, more money will come to the state. You know, the money where they come to the Delta State before will come share into 2. They will come share for them. You understand? That's why they are fighting for state. The reason why people are fighting for Orobo State, so money will come straight to Orobo people. They don't ask now, why Urhobo people not fit grow their own economy now? That's the question I asked them. I gave Urhobo people what I call the Urhobo Commonwealth. He said, no, they can grow their economy now, maybe, without Nigeria. It don't make any sense. Mary, I came up, wrote something, Urhobo Commonwealth. That is a blueprint that will empower the Urhobo people. You don't even need government. We're able to do it. Oh, they wait until money comes from Asaba or money comes from Abuja before they can talk. In fact, we just finished a very big meeting. The youth were there. They gathered. I can tell you now, banga soup we eat there. And I cannot trash them. But there is nothing out of it. In this year, Mary, first, if you get problem, you ask yourself, the sickness when in my body, now appendicitis, and I'm going to go through diarrhea, I will not be cured. Our problem is food on the table. We need to grow our economy. That's the only problem Nigeria have. Nigeria don't have even problem with Muslim and Christians, Islam and blah, blah, blah. We don't have that. The Hausa man, the Yoruba man, they intermarry. Urhobo, they marry anywhere. Where is the trouble from? Where, Mary? Who is our enemy in Nigeria? We have no single enemy. Not a single one. And those of us who are educated, we know that a Muslim girl won't marry now. So what are you talking about? Who is your problem in Nigeria? Nigeria is such a beautiful land. It actually gives you so much opportunity. It gave me to know about Islam. It gave me to know about Christianity. It's opportunity for me to be exposed. I'm not one of those going to be tied down with one of them. A time will come, our children will not be tied down with one religion. Now this time, now neither they do miracle, they deceive people. Our children growing up, my son growing up in UK now, if you come there, you tell them that rubbish, you go to say you see. If you tell them that your miracle, you go to say don't go see. I swear. And then some of the miracle we talk about in Nigeria. If you talk about in the UK, you will be sectioned. You'll be mental health home, and there you go. I swear. Some of the things one I believe for Nigeria. If you talk for United Kingdom, now with the corner section, you'll be mad person. We put you for not home. So we have a beautiful land. Our problem is only one thing. Economic growth is lacking. We have the structure. The local government is our biggest strength. Maybe, the funny enough, our strength is what we abandon most. How can those people progress? Maybe what can we get in Abuja? How many of me and you? 3, 5 of us, they go fight for Abuja. Where do we get for Abuja? How many office Abuja gets that can take care of 400 million people? Supposing the state are not doing their own. Oh, maybe I know say if Delta State get refinery, they make money. Opportunity they Delta State. I'm from Delta State. I will do that one first. Then Delta State not even good self. Ethiopia, see, they get one big farm now. Then they do this, then they do that. Maybe look at my opportunity. In fact, in Ethiopia, I stand more chance than in Delta State. Because they know me there. None of my people. Tell me the opportunities created for Nigerians through their local government. Zero. Maybe let me repeat that. Zero. Eastern and their governors, they steal. That's the governors steal. And that one say never pay, they owe. They get problem with me. Then maybe I can't stay and be quiet like this. It's too shameful. It's too primitive. Not for a man of my level. No. You can tell me 1 + 1 is 2. I will ask you, how is it 2? That is where I'm coming from. Who tell you say 1 + 1 are 2 self? How you tell no, maybe? How they take prover? Now they ask today. Then they tell me, say somebody like me, when they ask, how can 1 + 1 be 2? Then they tell me rubbish. I go take agree with you. You get problem. Maybe sincerely, I ask myself every day, how can 1 + 1 be 2? Then I 1. This not 2. Then I can this one are 2. So it must be 1 + 1 of the same kind that can be 2. Of the same kind. Define now. 1 + 1 is not always 2. But 2. Listen, Nigerians, we have a problem. And we have a blessing. And we have an opportunity. Opportunity that no other nation on earth have. That's why I am so sad. How can we be given so much? and we're giving back little. Nigerians, give me one excuse why we are poor. Give me one excuse why you are. Maybe if you go to my local government, hey, those of you watching me, go to Ethiope West local government now as we speak. There's nothing happening there. If you go to your local government now, as I speak, nothing is happening. It's a dead zone. Only when small money come, they'll come share. At the month don't finish. No better money than they able to share. You know, say when poor man, this month 20 million, go to say don't see money. 20 million for a destiny of people. Maybe, oh God. What I'm saying, Nigeria, and now the money I'm even looking for, we're looking for. We don't need to borrow it. Oil is still making the money for us. The North, everyone talk about the North. In fact, if I finish talking to them in the North, they go massacre their leaders. Because our problem is not Nigeria. Atiku when want be president, not be Atiku be una savior. Your savior in the North is your local government that need to be empowered to make your life better. What can Atiku do for you? Buhari was there for 20 years. What has he done for you? Let's start to think now, Mary. If Goodluck be president, Goodluck na from South South, what did he do for us? Oh, we want to make a
that's what people think. They don't think about that during the election. I think most times they just do this thing for pride. Like, let it be like president of Nigeria is from maybe the North, or I can probably say it's from the East. I feel like they remove the reality because of pride, something to boast about. Meanwhile, you are dying of hunger. The poverty in you is not declining anytime soon. But we don't think towards that direction. And that's the problem we have. I wish we begin to say, okay, this person credible. Is there any credibility in this person? Is this person worth being there? Do they understand what it means to be a president, what they need to do? I don't think we think towards that direction.
No, exactly, Mary.
And that's why we have a problem.
And until we even identify our overall problem, because there's nothing a president can do. It's one man at the top there. How can he touch your life? How many people can Tinubu really realistically touch? Now Yoruba man, yes, now our brother they go. How many Yoruba men don't benefit from Tinubu? Ask me, Yoruba people. Talk to me. Oh, that Tinubu won't change your life. How can Tinubu change your life as president? You're stupid. Nigeria we can all benefit from this beautiful land. If we now choose to say, okay, where is our strength? Our strength is our diversity. Let us now make each of every one of us begin to make money for us. There's no need to say the oil is for people who want. No, oil is for everybody. But as it is now, the oil people are actually being oppressed. Because you are just sharing the money among yourselves. They have reason to be angry. But if money was used to empower different parts, you know, today we cannot rely on oil. The North for the export beef. Maybe you know how much we'll be making from beef export. Oil, in fact, Delta State alone, only fish when we go export. Oh, when I was growing up, there's a company in my village there. It calls shrimps, natural shrimps. They were exporting. What did they do? Natural shrimp. You know all those prawns now they export. They're making serious money. Where are they? If you go there now, you know what they there. Now, body remove them. They can't bring naval base. Naval base to just chase oil. So that thing that was going to bring wealth to the people have been removed. Now naval base, now they replace them with. So to see where we are going. You see the vision of the leaders. Because oil they come, money from the oil they come now. The body go fight for 13% reservation. If they fight for 25, now then the home, all the body fight for was that. And today, body politics is on that. You cannot blame him. That's what he knows. In fact, in his time, that was the fight. How do you get more of the oil? But the time to move from fighting for that oil into making our local government useful to us, I cannot explain it more. If they pay me, reach my soul. Imagine what my local government will make today. Today, maybe. Only today. If I tell you now, I take picture of my local government, na desert. They don't know how they go pick one guy. When be like, in fact, the guy said they sick past me. Now the chairman, you don't know what they do. No, it's not being fought. No.
And because how do you know that the person is sick? How did you know the person is sick?
Okay. Because he make work like me. No, you know when I say Piki get pachoko. He get pachoko.
And my B is stature now.
Cannot be my
stature like that.
You know,
no matter the kind of money they eat.
You know, ask me one day, maybe you know, ask me say why I remain like this. Since you know me, that's why.
Yeah, some people are like that now. They don't add up. They don't add up. Why some people add up? So it doesn't mean that he's sick.
Okay, I just they talk. I don't say they sick. I say it be like. It be like
allegedly.
Allegedly. You see, Nigerians, whatever I do, I always bring my people. As I talk, I don't name it. Name your own. It's not about my own. Name your own. You might not be. You see, you might. What I'm saying to you now, you might want to blame anybody. If you imagine what Benue State will do for Nigeria, what Abia State? Today we for the export shoes, Italy for the rum. Not be waiting in Abia man they do so. Now tips on the iceberg. Imagine that. Oh, God, Mary, do you know what is fashion world? Fashion in today's world. Abia could be a home where we. Last time I went to Primark here. None of you don't communicate. Most of them here and I told Primark, can I get a contract to supply something during the next summer? I can just supply this shirt, Mary, and I need to get the contract to supply it in quantity. And I go to that stage and say, make it for me. And Mary, you just supply them. The amount of money that will come, we know they wear and pass one season. I know they get some shit when I know we wear and pass one, maybe. I know we wear and pass one. And so that is the kind of life they live here. No talk of shoes. The kind of shoe when it like they break say they make so. If our bad people do they go do more sophisticated and at a better price. And you know why I know? We get cheap labor. We are at a comparative advantage to Italy. Our labor cheap, so our shoe go there cheaper, but more quality than their own. When Nigeria not give these people run for their money. Wait, maybe in terms of the food, if you come to UK, the most expensive food, we call it organic food. You know why it is organic? They're no artificial, no chemical in anything. It's more expensive. That's the kind of food you get in Nigeria. That's not good for now. That's why in those days our parents not get cancer. It was not part of our culture. Today, now they reign for Africa because we don't eat chicken when we don't know where they. The chicken where they grow, they see how they grow. In 3 weeks, they eat that. What do you eat? That chemical. Our own not good now. Why would we eat our own? Our own that they eat that kind of chicken. Different there between fowl and chicken. Fowl. You know what to be fowl made? You know what they call fowl? Fowl different from chicken.
Yes.
Fowl is the local one, right? Chicken is hybrid.
You see the language like the local one. They went to localize local government. But the local one had the power there. The original one. If you go
I've not told you this thing before. It's a joke. If the local fowl that they use for this chicken republic, you know they rush when they go buy chicken. Let me say the lab they small.
If you use chicken cook, banga soup, for example, it goes. If you use chicken cook banga soup, it goes scatter for inside. But if you use fowl, no matter if you boil and ofaku, when they call ofaku, if you boil and say 3 hours,
small, you know they get big. You know they get big lab.
Yeah, the chemical so maybe.
But
when I came to Nigeria,
nine is strong.
2030. You know what was it? Now this is fado rice. You get one Nigerian rice.
Ofado rice.
Ofada rice. He gave for sweet sensation. That was what she was eating throughout. She was not ready to eat all this in her life. Because you don't know the value of ofado rice. You see, anyway, nobody go people preaching. But in the UK, it's what we call organic food. It's more expensive. The banana I ate this morning, you know, yesterday they bring up. Now they ripe. They bring I don't ripe the same day. I go take good for your head. Oyibo no want to eat them. Oyibo no they eat them. Let me say one word here. Only poor people now they go Asda and Tesco they shop for UK. The rich ones they go to the other shop. They know the name of their shop. I don't want to talk. And then better people when it's there for London, and then they do shopping. They know they do shopping for the. If you see me, they enter Asda. I know I'll be poor man. A true Englishman will not go there to shop. And they spread their market. So that's why I don't want to say this. Because of the quality of food you will eat. I'm talking of food you will eat. Not be every food be food. But the one you get for Africa might be the original. It be like say now I won't go marry. I can't go my village, go carry one better village girl. They say no good. Now that one, nothing don't touch them. Now there, or border. Now the one where they don't scatter for Lagos might be the best. I'm going to talk past there. They will talk now. I'm not telling
guys that one.
They want talk now. They want talk now. The one where they talk for Lagos might be the best.
Again, no. Nothing like village girl again. But don't see I. Some of them even did that. They don't ball like 5 for house.
I know.
But
then now, they say no from now the one they Lagos, they never born. The one we never born for Lagos, they don't tear and pass the one don't born for village. Make I talk that one, make God forgive us.
Story.
Wait for Lagos. Village now once in a while they talk there. In Jesus' name, let's go to the second.
Which once in a while? You follow that they live there.
Amen.
You follow that they live there. I don't know once in a while.
I'm not going to no be there they bomb me. Not be there they bomb me. I don't get the experience. All right, let's go to the second segment of the show. We are with Mary now. Mary, my time don't go. We will do your time. Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, so, I know very we always start with the point. So we are now in the newspaper segment of the show. If you are just joining us, it's a wonderful time to be with us. I've been talking about the restructuring Nigeria need, the need of our local government. I cannot overemphasize that. But when I finish, I hope that when you guys finish one day, you have to reason like me, like Fela talk. If you're not reasoning with me today, after some time, everything when Fela talk, now we can't realize and approve about talk. Baba don't die, you. Before children when they born today, they say, that man talk through that time. Maybe now waiting I want to do with me too. The one they talk now, they tell me one day, everything I say on this show, now I say, the Chris talk calm. I'm 60 years old and I'll be 20-something, 30-something. Now not get the experience that I get. That's why I talk from that thing. I talk from authority point of view, from experience and everything. Let's go. Second segment. Over to Mary.
Okay, we have the big story on the punch. Workers' compensation. Federal government backtracks as NLC holds ground. I know that story started from last week though. So, and the writer says on Still the Punch, we have the Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund move to avert strike, says AGF reform workers, NLC leaders meet. Okay, what
they want to strike only they don't the adverter.
No, you know that last time you were telling me federal government does not have money to pay anybody. This thing, I hope you know that it is not it is these workers, you understand? These workers, it is their money that are removing this 40% into the government treasury. No, which is supposed to be managed by the Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund. And this scheme is supposed to be for workers that are kind of having work-related injuries, disabilities, or death. That is what they're supposed to use it for, workers to compensate them. So why is the money now? You know, the thing is, what happened is, I think they diverted the money to the government treasury. And that is why NLC was now threatening to go on a strike, right? And now the government has pledged, the federal government has pledged, I think they're going to reverse it. That's what the big story is talking about. And they're going to reverse it back for the workers. And we still have
all these ones we do, it may not be in our interest on the long run. No. We feel share the money, we don't share and since we see they share. Until we deal with the pain. What did I say last time?
Did you hear? Work-related injuries, disabilities, death. It is not people that employ them that always remove that 40% from their own money. It is these workers, from these workers' salary, that they're always removing the 40%. And the Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund has been the one managing this. You understand? So what is it going to the government treasury to do? Because I know that the Chris will come here to side the government. Why is it going? This is workers' money. That's what I'm telling you. Something that you have been removing from them over the years. You have to agree.
It's a private scheme. No, I'm not argue. Where would they go? Because if I ask my question, don't forget my line of argument then was that until Nigeria succeed, you will not get pension. And when I keep saying it, even the pension, if they give you the 100 million, it will finish today. A successful Nigeria, we guarantee you a future.
Give the people, give them their money. That's a fundamental issue.
God bless you. What they're doing is right. If what they're doing is right, why is it that they pledge to reverse the deduction?
Very good question.
Compensation scheme managed by the Social Insurance Trust Fund.
Thank you, my daughter. Where is it going to come from?
You want the money? How they pay you? Where the money they come from?
Well, they hear English, so I people they hear English at all. I be just see that from
Mary, I'm hearing. I heard what you said. You said it's from their salary. Where the salary will come from? How your money? Not you go work come.
But they are working.
So that be the money where from that they divert. If there was no money, where have been something that they divert?
Mary, let me understand one thing.
If there was no money, no, I'm not leaving this particular topic. We will talk.
Let me help.
If there was no money, would they have diverted the fund?
Mary,
so
now they will be using the workers' funds to trade.
When I was in the class of employment law as a lawyer, what would they discuss?
Now they support left side. So because now NLC won't go on strike, when I can't they please so I go reverse them. Yes, and they support them. They would have stood on their ground. If you know what you are doing is right, why are you pleading?
We get NLC for Nigeria. We get NLC for Nigeria.
Now come on,
NLC. Now I tell you only one word, Mary. Make I tell you one word. Maybe that is the part you don't understand. Even if they pay Nigerian worker when he retire 100 million, he's still a poor man. Let me repeat
that. Let them pay you first. Let them pay.
I'm engineer. This is not time for weak people. It's time for tomorrow Nigeria. It's not about paying first.
Tomorrow Nigeria. Yes. Pay first.
No. Maybe if you imagine the salary you are earning now is a slave not go earn now. The salary you earn in Nigeria today, a slave in the UK they're not going to give out to dog. Why? The salary you pay to people in Nigeria, you cannot try it to a slave, a dog in the UK. You know why? Ask yourself. Now you're going to talk of pension. You're not pension the guess. A salary that cannot feed you is because you are not productive. The same thing we talked to local government just now. Now, so you apply to ordinary Nigerian workers. Are you productive? Because we will not go there. If you say you want to earn money, if the company they earn money, go pay you. The local government is not earning money. That's why they can't pay you. The state is not earning money. That's why state cannot pay you. You self not the help matters. You don't join the queue. And state not the collect now. I state not the collect money. And the small one when I share remain. No, you self won't collect, you don't want work. That's why you go to the local, you go to the office and you don't do anything. And you expect to be paid. Poverty will remain a self-fulfilling prophecy for us. Whether Mary, so when they talk how can you work and you get that money?
Since it is managed by Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund, right? Before they diverted it to government treasury. So because they want to cool down the NLC from going on strike, why do they want to revert it back to the same account? No, I believe what you're saying, no. So maybe they should have stood on their ground. Why don't revert
it back and just pay because of their time? They wasted their time. They are not old.
My only problem.
They are paying now because of their time wasted, not for a job that was.
Mind you, they are not only paying that money because they are old. I just read that.
Yes, that's why I said because they are old. So for their time, not for their job. They send you as a policeman to protect the citizens. You send a roadblock of 100 naira.
And you carry police. I'm not talking about police. I'm not talking about police.
All of them day, Mary. All of them day. Police day.
I'm talking about civil servants. Police that most of people are privatized. Police not a private work. Now you listen to Evelyn. Police they don't privatize. So they don't privatize. Now they talk. I'm talking about civil servants here. That's what I'm talking about. Why are they reversing the money back? Why are they reversing it? If I stay like that,
pension.
No, say
it's a pension and act.
Mary, may I tell you one thing? When you pressure Tinubu, you are not go. Tinubu make you forget 2027 election. It go down for you. Is that in your interest?
They make money. You
need Mary, to ask yourself. Mary,
come back.
Let me say this to you.
Why is it that our strike is affecting you people? Allow them to the strike.
May I say one thing, though?
May I say one thing? Money for yourself.
Mary, you they push Oboriwori. Oh, even one bridge here. Then one bridge here. Oboriwori carry money go do bridge. It's not in your interest if you need bridge or not. But now what you ask for? If they fear, he won't make you vote for them again. He do the bridge for you. Tomorrow, all of us do the same mess. What would they so? The road, all the road step, not be road they Delta State again. The same road master place. Nobody show me that day. Agbo here in your house. In your house. So listen, my people. Until we are sincere with what we do, we're not going to get out of this. The way the federal government don't work.
It's not for the money to be with the government that is the problem. What do they do with the money? The same government that don't have transparency.
They get money.
They don't communicate to the people.
Mary, your local government get money. Your local government get money. See money where they give local government. Governor go don't take maybe na 20 million that government give them this month. Tell them make they open book for us. May they tell us how they take transfer money go local government this month. Make you know say we not go beat Oboriwori better king. How much Oboriwori transfer to each of the local government? We know the amount when it come. How much he transfer this month? Make we see. Now God go judge us, not be me. Are they talk on the best? But God go judge us.
If me, I don't think answer anybody they reason say they best for arguments. Never they watch ball. Go where they watch ball. Same people they argue. Nothing like best for arguments. You make your point, I make my point. It is that clear. You know so what he wants the money to do. Very important.
I know people when they talk say the best. They hate me die. Tell me I call Oboriwori name. I be this and that. I call Okowa name. I be that. I call Tinubu name. I be that. These are the ways. These are the people that can change your life. God will not come down.
Like I've always
you know what I said one day?
Your perception can never be my perception, so it's not a problem. No, what I feel is the right thing is what I will say. What you feel is the right thing is what you will say.
But let me say this. Some of us they talk out of ignorance. Maybe some of us they talk out of ignorance.
The annoying thing about this money people have been talking about, the pension money, is this. The fact remains, let's understand one fact. At retirement, they are not even giving all the money. They are not giving you your money. No. They will start breaking it down. They will be paying you your own money.
It's not up to 10,000, no. Only some receive up to 10,000. They break it down. Imagine they give pension at 5,000.
They will now be paying you monthly. Meanwhile, the politicians, once they are leaving office, they give them clearance package.
Now they come back to us. The poverty when they avoid, they don't come. The poverty I'm telling you can avoid.
Is it when they give the government the money that the poverty will end? The same government that most of them will still lose the money.
Let me say
they go one man pocket and I say poverty go end.
Mary,
one man pocket to the enter.
Mary, there's one show I did here and I used one word. I said God is in heaven. God replaced himself on earth with government. Let me tell you. Whether you think say God hates government, you be fool. The representation of God on earth is your government. That's why people go say next to God is government. That's why when I talk to Tinubu, and they talk to Tinubu as a God, and they talk to Oboriwori as a God. Because next to government, next to God is government. And if you imagine what your government can do in your life, the only difference between the UK and Nigeria is the government. So the government can make you smell shit or make you eat smile. We don't have a government that understands. And some of the people say our government not be just wicked, say they're stupid. I don't know how they use now. How they call the wicked people? They're stupid.
We the people too. Who be government? Government not be human being like us. We the people are part of this problem and a part of this.
You don't get the power.
I'm part of the solution. We the citizens.
No,
we the citizens are part of government and part of.
Mary, engineer will not be problem. The children of Israel will remain for Egypt if Moses not come out. Leadership is number one in life. When the Bible tells you, say, when sheep are there without a shepherd, what do? They go astray. You need leadership anywhere in the world. That's
the
why
shepherd, when the sheep, when they Nigeria, they don't really astray safe.
But we need a leader to put them together. The children of Israel were astray until Moses came. If you are not Moses, don't ascend the office of the governor or the president. Don't go there. If you don't know what it takes, don't go there.
The kind of leaders we have are Judas Iscariot in nature. They want to sell us and collect the money, and they will die before eating the money. That's the kind of leaders we have. They are not proactive. They are not reactive.
Yes, exactly. No, they don't. No, they are not even wicked. They are not Judas Iscariot. They are stupid. If you know what they do, I would thank you. You get what you would do, person. You get some people going to do the second thing. I know what they do. They know what they do. I go say, okay, maybe you go use the money to do better instead. Some of them go do an stupidity. Why will you rob a system that is then going to take care of you tomorrow? Now, Evelyn, see, they don't want to work. Make the country grow. Tomorrow you want to make the country. Now the country go see cry to. And the same government you go cry to tomorrow. Oh, government not do this, government not do this. Now, meanwhile, you don't want to work. Government say go do this, you don't want to work. At the end, government not do this, and policeman when they send me go do this. You don't want to do the job, they collect come. At the end of the government not pay me. One they cry say 2 million. I said 2 million too much for you. You're a thief.
That decrease.
Yes, sir.
Of what use? Okay, with the government when we clap. Of what use now? Is it to us? That coastal highway they are doing. When the normal highway from Lagos to the Calabar has a problem. Have you passed Benin, Warri Benin Road, Saple Warri Benin Road? You will cry. Have you passed Eku to Warri or Eku through Agalope to Saple? You will cry. Have you passed from Ugeli as if you are going to Port Harcourt? So I don't understand. Our government, do they have priority first?
Yes.
Now, opportunity, anything when they want to take first, time they will just think, wake up, say, make we go construction to take first. The odd roads when they not get economic value, you they go build the one when they never, when people not go even reason.
Maybe.
So our priority is a major problem.
Engineer, you know they listen to what they are the talk since. You know what they are the talk since? We say, oh, that's a federal road. That's this. If we empower local government not gonna know federal road again. They'll do their own roads.
That's it. Now I understand you.
You understand? We don't wait for one federal road.
I understand what you
talk about federal road.
Yes. See,
if my local government get 10 billion,
studio here,
10 billion
on the charge, it will take you 2 hours.
You see?
Because of the road.
And that one, that short man from Ebonyi State. Mary, what did be that your brother name? What did be name? That your short man for Ebonyi State. No, you don't know. An engineer.
Dave Umahi.
Engineer. My engineer, you see that so. Engineer Dave Umahi. Now they do this kind of work. You see, Nigeria, we don't make we talk one thing. All of us they guilty, but the truth is we lack leadership. If Tinubu stand its ground, let me tell you this: it takes a man to change the future of a people. Moses changed the future of the Israelites. Go and look at history. Marcus Garvey changed the future of a black man. It takes a man. Not even, but you're not going to work alone, no, but you get to be so strong. The whole world will be against you. You stay firm. Tinubu could have done that for us. If Tinubu verse now said, when I talk today, said no, Tinubu came, he tried to do one. They just beat him, Baba won't get a container. Maybe you know. If not, the Tinubu don't tell, they say, local government must get the money. Then I beginning. Tinubu, all local government deserve 10 billion every month. Do it for 6 months. And you will see Nigeria change. Today, pay local government 10 billion every month. Do it for 6 months. Nobody will come and give you pressure in Abuja. They will not even come to Abuja again. Mary, if my local government get 10 billion, the next one another 10 billion. What are they do for Abuja? Tell me what I see for Abuja. That road where you talk, why my local government go wait for Abuja? You see, Mary, the development, the progress we need is in our local government. It's not in Abuja.
There is too much power in Abuja. Power in Abuja. Power is centralized. There's too much power going to Abuja.
In fact, you know the power they're talking about, economic power. Who give a damn about Tinubu and the power? Now the money went to Abuja.
Let's see another story on the Punch.
Go on, daughter.
I want to use my time well today.
Yes.
There is this story again that says court orders full disclosure of 37 billion naira renovation by National Assembly. Man, shout that his comment. Okpetu.
Okay.
The story, it don't me to talk, so that's a match out of Okpetu. Okay. What the story here is saying is that
this one, the funny thing is that it will die in natural death, like every other financial misappropriation death that we know in Nigeria. When we say Akpabio, they involve the National Assembly is a heaven of thieves. So this narrative will die in natural death because a lot of them might be culpable. 37 billion, a new one that they build.
The new National Assembly. I don't want to miss anything. Make I give you one by one. They say the Federal High Court in Abuja, Federal High Court now has ordered the National Assembly
Wike High Court
relating to the 37 billion naira renovation of the National Assembly complex. I'll come to the reasons. I want to tell you the place where the thing they happen. Now, in a judgment delivered in suit number, I'm gonna cram the number for it.
Okay.
Suit number PHC ABJ /C5 CS/51 2022. Justice Emeka Nwite granted the application of Human and Environmental Development Agenda in brackets HEDA. Okay, which filed the case through its lawyer, Saidu Mohammedu. The court directed the court directed the National Assembly to provide the humanitarian environmental development agenda with the proposed assessment and procedure used to arrive at the initial 37 billion naira estimate. The actual amount approved the allocated amount so far disbursed for the renovation. Now, this man called Justice Nwite went further and held the information sought was within the scope of the Federation of Information Act and that the legislature had no valid reason to deny access. The information is simple and harmless. Where an institution like the respondent denies or is deemed to have denied an applicant the instant information sought, it will not only defeat the purpose of the act, but encourage corruption and financial recklessness. The judge said. Financial recklessness. Yeah, the judge said. Now, he urged the National Assembly to comply with the order. The Humanitarian Environmental Development Agenda called all stakeholders, including the media. Now where they find make reach media, SRTV now follow. All the media, they are calling on you people. Civil society organizations, etc., to join in demanding accountability from public institutions, right? And to support the fight against corruption and financial recklessness. So, the thing is, we have always been talking about lack of transparency.
Let us clap for the people that raise this concern. Don't forget. No, not the justice. There must be an NGO or some set of lawyers who probed the activities of the House, of our legislature. That's how we got here. Somebody had to carry the body. You understand? The case went to court, but it was the action. There's a young boy in Delta now. He asked the Sopadek. They nearly kill him. Now be their nightmare there. He asked the Sopadek, all this money, when I give account, he go write to them for Freedom of Information Act. They will refuse to release it. Do you know that we have right as SRTV to ask them to give us the information, how much the local government gets? they will not release. Defeating the essence. That's why this judgment is very important. And we all really need to thank that organization that was able to raise this and encourage others, like they said, to do the same. You see, Mary, we are not getting the information because we are not asking. If I come here today and say, I wrote to the state government to give me social information, they not give me, I will call you Abu Shah. Let the state government refuse to tell us how much they earned last month. Let 50 organizations say so. You know, the boy no go rest. We have to do our own job as the media. I agree completely.
At least for Punch to even carry the story is still a good one, because the Punch that I know, they know how to cover these important stories.
See where they put her. See where they put her. Right? You know the headline though. This is supposed to be headline. See where Punch put her. This was supposed to be headline. Praise her for my ass.
Once you look at Punch, you see that.
Everybody should try and understand something, that the way the press works in Nigeria, the press has if you shout them now or make them headline, you will not have government patronage again. You become blacklisted. The press is truly not independent in Nigeria. The press do not have that autonomy. That's one. Yes, and it's difficult for the kind of things we project on SROTV, for example, to be reflective. Because
let me say this.
Yes.
Let me say this. In those days, let me tell the channels, they see they get patronage. Or they get patronage for those people where they give them bigger bill. But they will earn more money if they are if they are on the other side. Yes. You know what Para said to me on this video one day? He said, thank God, say YouTube they pay. Let me use that word. Nigerian press stand every chance to feed themselves. If they refuse to compromise, our society will be better.
A lot better.
There's no excuse why they should be doing things, because Punch not going to put a headline because Punch is hungry. How many years has Punch been? What does Punch be?
Humans are insatiable. You never hear. Humans are insatiable.
Anyway.
If I give that increase 100 million, now you go say you need 200 million. You need more. Not because you want to chop food though. You understand? Maybe you want to do more investments. More investments.
And the same thing, you don't need that self. Nobody they ask every day. I make export to where? Nobody they ask.
If we have been thinking toward that direction, Nigeria will not be like this. Exactly. But nobody thinks toward that direction. And that's the truth.
At the end, Mary, you just said a big word. What if the whole money I'm trying to, nobody Evelyn, I asked one day, Evelyn, if you get 20 billion, what would you do? He said, I will invest. If you get more money, you will invest. Stupidity. You understand? We don't need it. At a point in time, a man should be able to say, no, let me live my life. I don't want your friendship. You see, that's who that the Chris is now. I don't need it.
Why will I use to live my life?
You need money. You have it. I swear, man, you have it. You have it.
People have lived more than 50 years. They never see the money. Now I managed to see the money. I should say, no, I don't need it. I will have it myself. Right? Guess what kind of money you go see? You go close SROTV. Start to follow people where you there against now.
I don't mean telling about indecent proposal. There are some money that can turn a man's head around. But let me say this. The people that got indecent proposal, go and watch the movie. They're not sleep again. No. When that money come, the two couple, when they bang every day, the money, that is not open again. They don't make love one day for that film again, throughout the whole film. Before, if you watch the film, before the proposal came, the chemistry, every time, bang, 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 bang. After that proposal, that thing not raised again. They never made love once in that movie.
I tell you say no raise.
Good question.
They're not sure.
You did that. You did that.
They're not sure. Now me go there. If the director sure, I'm going to say.
They fit do off camera now.
Before that scene, you can watch this proposal. I'm saying this is a fact, and it's a well-made movie because there was the trouble they now face is more than the true love they had before. The essence of having money is to bang your wife, you go eat well. You know they again. Now talk. Oh, they go Mary. We're still with you. I think we're going to move from Mary now. Let's go to Emily.
Oh, yes.
Emily, we're with you.
The Nigerian Christian Pilgrim Commission resumed Israeli pilgrimage with 50% subsidy. Okay, they said because of the Israeli issues that they had before, normally they used to have 2 times that they visit the 2 times pilgrimage, something like that. So which is one for Easter time and September. So now they are urging people to come because according to the executive secretary of the Nigerian Christian Pilgrimage Commission, what is that his name, Stephen Adegbite, he said that he was there and nothing happened. You understand? So he assured that anybody that will go through them will be safe. And now the federal government have slashed it. Okay, they're expected to spend 10 days there, and you have to pay 4.5 million naira. While the federal government will pay the rest. Spending like 10 days with federal government paying half of the money. So they're urging people to come, that nothing will happen. The whole issues has been calm. You understand? And the ban on people not to travel for pilgrimage has been lifted. So it's now free, people can travel. So they are telling people that because they will leave September 17th, which is next month. Yeah, that's Mary, what
Mary, will you forget that news? No, forget that news.
You say?
I mean, no, forget that news. It's annoying. It's annoying. Yeah,
but because how can we like pilgrimage now? We like pilgrimage.
I have, Daddy Chris, I have a fundamental issue with this news because it's really painful. Can you hear me? It's really painful when I see government spending on pilgrimage and Nigeria is still the way it is. Government spend on Islamic pilgrimage, on Christian pilgrimage. They go Israel, go Mecca, go Saudi Arabia every year. Sometimes twice a year. What do they go there to? What do they go there to get to help transform it? And my issue is not whether they go or not. If you are going for pilgrimage, let it be at your own funding. Government should not partake with taxpayers' money in funding people for pilgrimage. It's for me, it's a jamboree.
It's for the country.
Which country?
You can go to church
Mary,
and go and Mary, God. They are going to a place where they will be close.
Mary, I just said to government just now. Evelyn,
they should go with their own money.
Evelyn, I've been crying on this show how we can give more money to local government so our life go better. The same stupid government, they spend money on pilgrimage. They cannot talk. We'll go to the next segment of the show.
Because instead of pay half, I go next, I beg. Everybody say up Nigeria. We have Nigeria. My dear. 2 convicted Chinese. Philippines. Cyber crime criminals.
Pay the full money. Majority of the states pay the full money. Then when
they
come back,
engineer, we don't deal with that issue. It's depressing. It's depressing. That issue of our pilgrimage is depressing. Let's go leave out. Because we only offend people when we never offend people.
This Sunday Adegbite that is talking that, I know that it's because the additional secretary. He's not a Christian. Is that supposed to even be the problem right now? But just like what Daddy Chris said, talking about this issue is depressing right now. So let's just hail Nigeria for doing their job. So Nigeria, they got 42 convicted Chinese, Philippines, for this thing, cyber. Let me see. Let me look from here because I'm not seeing it well in the screen.
No, those are cyber criminals. They're cyber crimes.
Okay, yeah, cyber criminals. I'm looking from the screen here. So let it not be like we are not doing our jobs in this country.
We are doing
our jobs. Just that people are not seeing.
Emily, Mary, don't rock us today. Let's go to Emily. Emily, don't mind Mary.
Let's not be like we're not working. I don't finish now. Let's not be like we're not working. We don't deport criminals. Anyone, anyhow. We don't collect bribe again. You understand? We are deporting criminals in this country. You will not say anything about this news now. You will not say anything. Isn't that a good one?
It's a good one. We'll clap for them. It's a good one.
Oh, that was Jesus Christ in the airport. I swear. I go say Jesus and my brother. So when I say Jesus and my brother, I think I call.
They say there's too much freedom in this country. They say we don't have law. But you people should sit down. We have law. If you do anyhow, we deport people. Our country is special. If you don't know.
All right, now. Mary, we have only We are only 15 minutes for the rest two guys. Come on, Emily, let's quickly hear from you.
We are doing well. Yes, the trending news. This brings me to that decay. That decay is that you are now becoming a prophet. Okay, I thought we were taking the first one with Randy Peters when he was talking about our electoral reform, how to reform
I think, like I said, electoral reform is something I talked about last week.
Yes, that's why it's like you are becoming a prophet, because you said it that we should watch that very soon other people will be coming to say things.
But they've been saying it. It's not true. It's not by saying it.
If you listen to what he said, there's a place he mentioned what that the case said.
Yes,
that why don't we have like our votes reflect?
That people have been saying it, but to do with the gladiators act it. That's the problem.
Engineer,
it's a good projection. Yes,
the reason they are not acting it is because we think our voice doesn't count, but it counts.
It counts.
If I say, you say, this one say, everybody say, they will be uncomfortable.
That is what is going. That is why 2027 is going to be different, because people have started saying it along that line.
Don't be what I call. Don't discourage those doing it. Today, you know what I did?
I'm not discouraging that, Chris. I'm surprising you are saying this. I am one of the first, and I'm going to be an advocate of it. I've been saying it, and I tell them to their face, these votes must count. But we're saying that we need to, like you said, more voices will raise the ante for us on this side of the divide. We need to keep saying it. Just stop talking it. Keep until you see that change. Like Pastor Chris said, your friend, Pastor Chris.
He directed this message to Peter Obi.
Yes, that is where I have an issue.
It's not like coming.
No, it should not be an issue. It should directly to Peter.
After the election, you want to take people to court.
It's all of them. You should not direct to only Peter Obi. You should direct to all the politicians.
No, the INEC, he has done one. Wait, let's be clear. Let me play the video then.
Community. That's what I want.
No, he has directed the video.
The former governor of Anambra State and Labour Party presidential candidate in the 2020.
Let me say this. He has directed this same video to Atiku, and now this is to Peter. He's right.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, this is the time to fix the electoral problem now. They are all sleeping. Yes. Then tomorrow, you say, oh, there's a ringing in the election. The election can never be fair.
Well, you know where the problem is coming from. Why not sort it early?
Now, this is the time to solve it. The time is now. And that's what the young man is saying. And it's not being, this boy is a very sound man. Very sound. I'm going to bring him on the show. Don't worry, let go get settled. We're going to bring him on the show. You see, what I like about them is he's a lone fighter. This man is a lone fighter.
Mr. Peter Gregory Obi, Your Excellency, sir, your attention is kindly needed because I believe that this is important. I beg una, if you see this video, make una help me tag His Excellency. Your Excellency, sir, you contested the 2019 presidential election as running mate to the PDP standard bearer, and in 2023 you contested as a presidential candidate under the Labour Party. And in both cases, you ended up in court because you disagreed with the outcomes of the processes. You believed that there were irregularities and the process was not credible or did not reflect the true will of a majority of Nigerians. And now you are preparing for the 2027 presidential elections. Your Excellency, that is why I have to call your attention to this, because we need your voice and support. If you truly believe, sir, that the difference between the Nigeria that is today and the Nigeria that should have been, or the Nigeria that should have been in the process of becoming, was INEC and the electoral process, Your Excellency, why are you not paying attention or putting a spotlight on INEC and that agency? If truly we believe that it was INEC that shortchanged the will of Nigerians, a majority of Nigerians, through irregularities or criminalities that took place in that agency, why are we not talking about the reformations that should go on in preparation and ahead of the 2027 presidential or general elections? Because, Your Excellency, she na so una come trust INEC reach, abi get the guarantee where you get about INEC where we no know, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, if we say that the people who will refuse to count votes in 2027, let us count them. The power and energy we want to use to count them in 2027, why can we not bring that power or energy now, mount pressure on the National Assembly and get the reforms that we need, and then prepare to still protect our votes in 2027? Why are we postponing our fight when we can see clearly that those who are destroying this country are not pretending about their strategy for 2027? The current ruling party knows, and it is obvious that there is no path for them except through INEC and the judiciary. They know it and they are not pretending about it. That is why all the things going on in INEC is currently going on. So why should those of us who mean well for the country to Nigeria before 2027? In the National Assembly today, we have opposition lawmakers who ran on the popularities of some of you who were at the top of the tickets. Nigerians voted for them believing that they would be agents of change. But they went into the parliament and have conformed and become worse than the status quo that they met there. For more than 2 years, not one opposition lawmaker, whether Labour or PDP, has had the courage to be able to even sponsor a bill that talks about mandatory electronic transmission of results to at least protect the electoral process legally from judicial technicalities while we begin to talk about protecting of the votes. Your Excellency, how can we continue in this kind of process? Because for me, Your Excellency, 2027, we have to get it right. 2027, I don't want to be involved in another.
On your mandate, we shall stand. Let's sing this one. On your mandate, we shall stand. On your mandate, on your mandate, on your mandate, we shall stand. You see? Because all of them are busy singing, on your mandate, we shall stand.
That is it. That's the anointing.
And the truth is, you are not even happy Tinubu. Now be the wish when Tinubu gets. Those of now when they sing on your mandate, we shall stand. Because this man would have successfully won the next election without even ringing. Tinubu had the opportunity to do so. All he need to do is work better. Because you keep telling him on your mandate, now your mandate now is all you do. Now, a reform of the process will help Tinubu on the long run. Don't forget, this is what Goodluck could not do. Now I affect Goodluck, so Goodluck cannot come back and use it now. Tinubu, your time go come out. Another person go there. He go use them against you. See, Obasanjo is now powerless. You can only do it for some time. Learn, my people. Can you see Obasanjo quiet? They don't even go invade the place. Let to tell you, you will be alive to receive the pains of what this process is going to cost. It is cheaper for all of us to behave well now. And like what this young man said, why don't we actually reform? I talk about it at length on Saturday. I don't think I want to waste more time. It's sad. You understand? Everything I try to do here, if we do one, our problem is solved. Because the man will be accountable for who put him there. He who plays the piper dictates the tune. I know I'll give Mary. Mary may go do something for me. The day they call, they tell me rubbish. No, my money, they go there, Mary.
Are you gonna use me the example?
I don't know. Use it.
My own is that why the hospital will feel what happened before will not happen again.
Exactly, that's what the boy is saying.
Why would they be wasting time doing campaign and all that when there's an issue with
it is not only about, let all of them, let the whole political structure know that
everybody will do their own.
Our elections electrically.
All of them cannot do it at once. Peter should be speaking out. Atiko should be speaking out.
They should all be speaking out. Like Daddy Chris, as you have spoken out, I am speaking out. This man is speaking out. Let them be. Everybody be doing the bits they can to move this country.
You see what has happened? Let's give credit to some people. Let's give credit. The news we read just now, Mary, you were able to identify what happened at the National Assembly. Our 37 billion being queried. Somebody did it. Let us know who that person is. That, Mary, as we were reading, I was trying to know the body that did that for us. And I'm going to write to thank them.
Please, if you are writing, remember the National Theatre Igomu, 36 billion or so, or 30 billion between 30, for renovation, not be to build new one, no. 36 billion.
But
I wonder
that one
what
was not done by government. It was private businesses. The banks, they did it. So whatever the bank did with their money, now they know.
Okay.
Let me be clear. I'm very familiar with the National Theatre renovation. And it's actually a new heaven as we speak. You understand? I don't know what they did there. What I'm trying to say is that, but for this our money, let us look for whoever brought this thing out. Because the only reason we hear about it today is because somebody took up that case. It was not the government.
The person that brought it out, Daddy Chris, just in the next couple of days, you might be surprised that the person that sponsored the bill or brought that to the public domain, before you know, they will say EFCC will start going after the person. They will not unearth. That's what Nigeria be. No, I'm telling you. Nigeria
is not that.
They're not going. No, look, they might not give the 10.
If you give Tinubu good idea, Tinubu will embrace it. There are some of these things we're saying there. Do you know if you sit down with Tinubu to tell him some things, Tinubu will do it? You know, it is not the truth. Every time you see a body there. Now all those riffraff when they are around them. I see a body as a plain human being who want to work. But with all this foolishness and the way he got to office, the man became, because he had to please his boss, he's taking some people he will not work with on a good day. We need to tell us, be back, let your bow strong. Take decision. You won't take woman, take her. You see fine woman, chop her. Don't get me. Oh, yeah, let's go. Next one.
If you see fine man, chop her.
Okay, now. When they talk, say they chop her, may come and talk. As I tell her chop her, may you see come and say I chop that man.
Miss Comfort, story of exactly what happened. The story of what happened.
No, I think it's a very good story, Mary. Is it this girl?
My phone, which I was having problem in offing it, so I eventually off the phone. So that was it. When we landed Lagos, everybody was going out of the aircraft. I was pressed. I went to pee. So going to the toilet, somebody was already inside the toilet, and I had to wait for the person to come out. So when the person eventually came out, I went inside and pee and eventually come out. I cannot stay inside the aircraft, inside the toilet, because it's so small and so uncomfortable to be in there. So I now rushed, like, pee and packed myself again and come outside. So coming outside, everybody already left. I had to rush, carry my stuffs and move to rush out of the aircraft. So going out of the aircraft, this lady Juliana stopped me, and I asked her, why did you stop me? Why are you stopping me from going out of the aircraft? Everybody has left, so I need to go out. She didn't say anything to me. She was just like staring at me with the same bad eye, and that was when I remember that this is the same person that, you know, was instructing me to put on my phone. I eventually did. So she said, she didn't say anything. No, she didn't say anything. She was just staring at me there with the bad eye. So that was when I, you know, on my phone, like, put the phone, started recording. That was when she backed facing the front and backing me. So I was just like, please, madam, let me pass. She didn't answer me. She ignored me. And after the video, I picked the phone. When I picked the phone, that was when she noticed I was videoing her. So she now pushed me inside the aircraft back, dragged my frontal. This is the frontal I wore that day. She dragged the frontal, dragged the process of dragging my clothes, my gold from neck I was wearing. This is the gold I was wearing. She dragged it from my neck with the clothes. The process, like my phone, everything went down and broke. The phone broke. The phone broke. Everything, like even this phone. So.
The matter long.
Evelyn, where are we with this girl now?
I feel. Yeah, the girl has been released, yes, but with the stories that is coming out now from the girl, I think they are both at fault. Yes, the staff didn't act professional, and the girl on the other hand, from her own story, she said that her phone had issue the power off was bad. She couldn't put one of the phone off. So the lady was like, since it's iPhone, why not go to the setting? You see general. When you go to general, you'll be able to switch off the phone. And where I see fault with this girl is, she was telling the lady that the lady should spare general for her. Someone that is speaking good English like this, you want to tell me you don't know how to spare general? The lady should help you spare general. You want to know how to spare general so that it can take you straight to where to switch off the phone. And then you are offering the lady your phone to help you do it. And you are using 2 iPhones, 2 machines, and you say you cannot do something like this. It was a passenger that had off the first phone. And what she mentioned in her story, she said she was at the back. It means she saw the lady coming from the front, informing others to put off their phone. So before the lady got to you, why was 2 of your phones still off? You said one had issue with the power off. You were finding it difficult to put it off. What about the other one that didn't have with the power off? Was it not off until she got to you? It was even a passenger that helped you to off that phone. And you are telling a staff, you said she's old enough to be your mother, to help you spell general because you cannot spell it. But you're here speaking good English. You are using good phone.
She's a graduate for
crying. You are a graduate. So how come you can't spell general?
They must look. That's why I said we need more eyewitnesses that were inside the plane.
She said it herself.
I have not said she didn't say it herself, to come and, like you said, both of them are culpable.
Yeah.
Their degree of culpability is what we need to. For me, the air hostess acted very, very unprofessional as an air hostess. In fact, the video of you blocking her not to come out.
What I saw in all this is just anger. We should be able to control
anger management. Anger. Yes, it's one of
she would have just let it slide. Just let the girl go.
Yes, anger was a very, very great indicator there, because from her own, I can figure out how she could have talked or spoken to the air hostess. There was pride for the air hostess. She said the air hostess called her prostitute as well, and whatever. But the truth be said, 2 wrongs do not make it right. It's a learning curve for everybody. Let her learn her lesson. The air hostess learn her lessons. But I'm sure, and I know, the air hostess might not be the same again, because damage control will be difficult for the airline. They need to really do something about what professionalism of their air host and hostesses, and teach them etiquette and, of course, public communication.
I don't think these people did something that is so unusual. Yeah, you can have argument between the air hostess and passengers on an aircraft. I think it's the final management of the crisis that was the failure. You understand?
Yes.
She wanted to go out. She was stopped from going out. You understand? Yes. This is where management comes in. Now, a senior colleague, this is what we do. A senior colleague will come in and intervene and talk to this lady. You understand? Even if the authority will be invited, you let her know, okay, madam, based on what has happened, the authority has been informed. You cannot go out. But not the same person that was having issue with her.
Blocking her on the way.
You understand?
And why did you remove a wig?
Senior colleague would have
removing a wig, smashing her phone.
And this whole thing now, before we now resulting to a clear case of assault. What happened now is it is a clear case of assault. Whether you like it or not, dragging her out of the place, do what you did, it's a clear case of assault.
It's assault. No matter what
you can talk to me, you can do anything verbally, but you touch me, it's an assault. And that is law. So I don't think there's any excuse here. And I don't see anything abnormal. I've had issue with the air process of host like in this manner. They piss you off sometimes, you piss them off. The matter resolved. Even between 2 passengers, they do have an argument. We sit down, we move. It happens. But how you manage it at the end is what matters. Like I said, at the point in time, a senior colleague needed to have intervened, and this issue would have gotten out of hand. Right now, she's been assaulted. Whether you like it or not, you're physically throwing her out of the plane. It's an assault. Understand? And that is an issue that must be dealt with. And I think this guy should now take consolation that she's beautiful, like every one of us is saying, so she shouldn't be worried. The father said, no, marry her. Make it me, I go marry. Let's go next topic.
He said, you go marry him.
If you say I no go marry, that would be when you see no go marry. When do you talk? Anyway, let's go. Before we go to the
Yeah.
The other video,
The convoys of a president in Africa, Tanzania president. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63.
The only
It's
thing I
not
want
even
to guys
the
to tell
complete
you.
video. The video was too long, so I had to cut it. It counted
Yes, it
about
did.
111
You know what-
escorts for her.
Emily, you know what interests me? If you look at the lineup of these vehicles, they will be Japanese cars. Where's your president at the moment? He's in Japan. See, this is where they give them some money and you buy some of these cars because they know you are a big market. Till today, that we cannot tell Toyota that if you don't assemble cars in Nigeria, we're not buying Toyota. We get leaders. We get leaders when
They have told them to buy from Innoson. Innoson has a big factory. It produces every car.
No, supposedly you not even buy Innoson.
I don't know why we have
tell Toyota say
Innoson,
yeah. They use your car.
Innoson
for us to
produces
buy your car.
Some of the offices
assemble it in Nigeria.
Daddy Chris, will I shock you? I was privileged to see, okay, when some cars they bought in Delta State here, Tier Rubber, Toyota Corolla, the invoice was showing 250 million. Meanwhile, you and I know it should not be more than 20 something million, if at the most. So why that padding of, this is the problem we have in governance, because they know if they buy from Innoson, for example, here, the true price would reflect. So when I saw these things, when I went somewhere, I saw it, I shouted. I have a copy of them. You are putting Toyota Corolla for
the padding is one thing, engineer, the padding is one thing. Any true country, and that's what Africa has been going through all our life. If we now say, in those days, Peugeot was our major car. Peugeot was assembled in Nigeria. Volkswagen, there's still a place called Volks in Lagos. Volkswagen was assembled in Nigeria. That was the first set of leaders we have. They had the nature to say, okay, if we're going to use your motor, come and assemble it here. If you give us a job, you know what? We will understand how to make motor. Because as with the assemble and with the learner. I mean, now, in the next 500 years, we will not know how to make cars. Because we don't go buy. Tinubu don't go now and go sign contract. They will call importer.
They'll call it bilateral agreement.
They
will give it a name. Bilateral agreement.
Japan, tell me what you go do. If not be this kind of contract, they go sign. What will learn? Let's go.
Now they call a contract. That Chris, they will give it a name. Bilateral agreement.
You see now that it's not just in Nigeria that we're having this issue of governance and this. This is Tanzania.
African problem.
The first female president of Tanzania. You're using 111 escorts.
And the person when she take over from her, that man saved Tanzania, was a great leader. Don't abuse her now. You don't peaceful for the whole good thing when the man do. Women. God save us.
No, not be women, not be all of them, Daddy Chris. We have Evelyn and Mary are very good at beg. Not be all the women.
Mary is not the best.
They are very good.
Say women. Because Mary wants to say something, now people say women. Because it goes on through.
Mary, don't say anything, please.
Anyway, what we're saying is this. In a situation like this, African leaders, if you imagine, that's what they do every year. They will invite Japanese, now they don't. You go invite all the African leaders, will give all of them 80 million. In return, you know what you won't get. Keep buying Japanese cars. Keep buying Japanese cars. They swear for us. And the question that they ask, now only simple language. They swear, if imagine say if we assemble Toyota 6, We for don't make our own Toyota.
Since now. Like, Chris, if you go in Austin factory, you go cry. You Toyota, some of the machine when you get, I'm not just say Toyota get them. But I don't know why they don't utilize that innocent factory in Anambra. Forget it. If we decide
national Assembly, no, in fact, now we they waste time. What did they for do? Anambra State Governor, then for the work with Innocent today.
The Anambra State Governor said not they use Innocent na Toyota. Meanwhile, people that use Innocent is strong, just like Peugeot that were assembling in Kaduna. Them built from they had a built for Nigerian roads.
Yes.
The assemblage of that plant in Kaduna, and that was when, and it gave us foreign exchange. You could people were buying Tiero. How many people buy Tiero? But buying Tiero Peugeot 505 there for 3,000 plus, and between 3,000 and 5,000 Tiero. Volkswagen was in Lagos. They have their assembly plant in Lagos where people were buying the Tiero, bringing, attracting. So this bilateral agreement, what in our governor then go do for China? We never see 2 months now don't pass. They never know what they go do for China.
When I went to Tinubu, they
don't go bilateral agreement.
The man don't old.
He first went to Qatar, from there to Japan. Now, if you are doing bilateral agreement, you should attract investors. If you want to be buying, bring the Toyota factory here. The National Assembly, they just sleep. They go there for siesta. You were all of them interfere. So it's really a far cry from my expectations. It's something that a lot of us look at and say, which way Nigeria? Anambra State, believe what I'm telling you, Anambra State should have been a small Dubai with the kind of commerce they have. Anambra, Abia State, Aba, a lot of things you people buy that you see made in Italy, made in Spain, made in this. The reason all of them now, but believe me what I tell you, they have that machine to put, they have the label. Since you say you don't want to, if you put made in Aba, you won't buy it. They have the label of made in Italy. They have the machine that will unbox it. So since you want, that's made in Italy you want to buy, they have given it to you. Not in most of all these boutiques you go, you see all these things, think it's foreign. Aba, there's nothing. Although human being, they never feel make for Aba. There's nothing. They even make it better than the Italians and the Spaniards. Believe what I'm telling you. There is it cloth? Is it about sewing? Is it fabric? You can't take it away from the average Igbo man. But we are with indigenous envy so much, regional envy so much. Instead of us to encourage entrepreneurship and of course production, we are using policies to relegate and bring down other regions that are ready to grow this country. Do you know how much foreign exchange would have been coming into this country? Are we going to be talking about the ports? What stops us from allowing Onitsha Port to be functional? Warri Port, Cocoa Port, Sapele Port, decentralized Lagos. Somebody will import goods worth hundreds of millions of dollars to stop in Lagos. You will not be transferring it on our bad roads. Trailer will now fall down. Your investments and these goods are not insured. Everything goes. What are we talking about? If I am importing goods to Nigeria, the goods are coming directly to Onitsha. What else? If I'm importing goods to Nigeria, it's coming to Asaba, I'm coming to Cocoa, or coming to Port Harcourt. What else? Those in Calabar can easily come to Port Harcourt Port, correct? When Warri Port was functioning, I know what it is. It was a beehive of activity. Businesses were thriving. But our government is not, for me, anytime I'm passing on Onitsha, I will just look and say, this government is not fair. It's not fair to this country. When you concentrate commerce or the logistics of commerce in Lagos, you call it the end of the country, you call it the center of excellence. It's an insult to our collective psyche as a people. I really feel sad about it because what I expected that we should have at a minimum of 4 functional ports to be able to decentralize Lagos and attract commerce. Italians will come and buy shoe. Italians will come and buy shoe from about all this made in a.
Let's follow time, people. We have only 15 minutes even 11 minutes to stay with the engineer. Let's go to the last segment of the show.
Yes, thank you very much, viewers, wherever you're watching us from. Today, we're going to be looking at terrorists and their collaborators because a lot of times we've come to understand that since 2009, when we have those Islamic insurgents coming into Nigeria, a lot of factors were actually proposed. Some said it was political patronage on the part of Fulanis in the diaspora all over the northwest region and the Lake Chad Basin. The truth be said, a certain late Muhammadu Buhari did reference that if the elections of 2015, because it was a serial candidate of the ACN, then the APC, that if the elections do not work in his favor, that there was going to be mayhem. Now, where do we collaborators? There is no way insurgency can thrive without collaborators, and we have seen that that is the truth from those that have been caught. And it's so painful that people give out information to kidnappers or to bandits, even within the ambits of the security architecture. We see that there are situations where fifth columnists within the army sell out their routes to bandits, and before you know, there's an ambush and people cry wolf. And it is still in this same country 2 years ago that there was a visual of an helicopter in the trenches of the Savannah region, the Lake Chad Basin, going to the bushes to drop food, arms, and ammunition. And in this same country, people have been mentioned. A certain former governor of, now a senator of Borno State was mentioned as a sponsor. People have been mentioned by independent journalists, investigative journalists as sponsors of insecurity, banditry, and Boko Haram. Our government has not had the political will to hold these people accountable. And some of them, if not most of them, are still in the corridors of power. And we sit down and ask ourselves, how do we nip insecurity in the bud? With the coming, each government, successive government, have always come to say, yes, in their campaign promises and manifesto, they always come to tell us that, yes, their major priority will be to fight insecurity, hunger, and all that. But in the last 10 to 15 years, it's been a trajectory of insecurity expanding within Nigeria and going to places hitherto before now we never experienced it. We first started with the Lake Chad Basin, and of course, from the Lake Chad Basin, entered into central Nigeria. I must make reference. I had the privilege a couple of years back to have an interface with Sergeant Rogers, the infamous Sergeant Rogers of the Kudirat Abiola Sim and the Abacha era. And what he told me was, he gave me a breakdown of how this insecurity started. There were about 40 of them that were sent to Israel and Russia to go for training. And when they come back, they were all called Sergeant Rogers. Sergeant Rogers 1 to Sergeant Rogers 40. His name is from Delta State, the true Sergeant Rogers. That when he was in Kaduna, he was being enforced. His mother was killed. He was forced that he must come and join Boko Haram. Boko Haram is a product of government. He emphasized that it's a product of government, that then they were being trained in the Lake Chad Basin, down in the trenches. It's a product of government that they were trained to protect the ruling party. That why Obasanjo even attacked most of them, why he went to prison himself, Mustafa and co., he threw light on all that. That the insurgency we are seeing today was as a result of government, people in government trying to subvert justice and to align power to themselves alone. Now come home to my own state, Delta State. There's something that pains me. Majority of the kidnappings are not entirely of Fulani extraction. In the Ubuluku axis, in the Abraka-Eku axis, it's a collusion between indigenous people, the indigenous of those areas, and the so-called Fulani elders. They have become, and our traditional institutions, like we have always said, yes, that the Christians always make reference to traditional institutions. Some of them have been culpable in giving out our lands to these Fulani settlers without due consultations. And in such circumstances, these Fulani settlers, they are not just people that come to settle. They are always annexing lands that have been given to them. And before you know, there's a proliferation of their presence within the area. Do you know in Asabaye that Chris, bus trailer loads of people coming from the north enter this town in droops? They don't have a home, they don't have anywhere, but there are people that invited, we just tell them, come to Asaba, it is peaceful. They have been chased out of Onitsha during the Udwanga regime or so. They were chased out of Onitsha. Udwanga accepted, Okowa accepted them and gave them a safe haven. And one of our security men told us one time that, do we know that there are more than us in this Asaba and Okpanam? that they that are supposed, that we say that we see as security men, that they are more than all, that if anything happens, that they will just surround us, that they have the ability, they have the number, they have the numerical advantage, and they have the security architecture. Now, when they are arrested and taken to the station, you will be shocked. In the next 24 hours or 48 hours, they are released because they are from the northern extraction. What happens? Our security system, our judicial system is so painful, and nobody's saying anything about it. The government isn't saying anything about it. Insecurity is a product of bad governance. Insecurity, like Abacha did say, that when insecurity lasts for more than 24 hours, the government has a hand in it. And that is just the basic truth. Because there's a collusion. The people that have been mentioned have never been prosecuted. And what kind of arms? Now, how do they get their arms? The social media. It so hurts a lot of us when the promise of our BVM, that if BVM and NIM would aid the tracking of this kind of people by the security agents. How many people have been arrested as a result of the usage of phone number to access or to source for ransom? How many people have been arrested? How many people have been traced through their BVN and NIM to arrest them in the trenches? Now we ask a question: is it that our Air Force or our police do not have helicopter, night surveillance helicopter? Do not have Air Force? Do not have helicopter to aid the infantry, those on foot, so that it's a guerrilla warfare we are facing. We don't have drones to be able to go in the north. Most of the lands are grassland. Most of the lands where these people, and they must feed in the night, they must cook in the night. When they're cooking even in those trenches, that means there's an illumination. And if we have night vision drones or night vision helicopters as security agents are using to work, and the hovers around that place, it is pertinent that they can be located. It is so sad that Kaduna to Abuja, the epicenter of governance in Nigeria, continues to experience kidnappings and all that. And the government for years now, from the Buhari administration to this administration, they've not been able to find a solution to it. And Chief of Army Staffs, Chief of Defense Staffs have come and gone, and they all come with a promise: I'm going to tackle insecurity. None of them have been able to bring that tackling of insecurity to bear on us as a nation. Are we talking about our borders? The most porous border in the world to me is the Nigerian border, where people come in. We don't have a lot of people that are not Nigerians are living within Nigeria. We have a lot of Nigerians.
Engineer, there's a question for you. The insecurity is from where? Because when we do this, I want you to be careful. All right? You are arguing from one of, I'm listening, and I want you to answer Mohammed, who is asking question. When we say insecurity in Nigeria, the first thing that my mind goes to, because it means so to me, is the Fulani man. Let's be careful. All right? There might be, yes. But are they the only one? You've made a...
No, I'm leading us. Yes, guys, I'm going somewhere.
No, don't take me somewhere. I'm asking you a question, then you answer me.
I'm answering your question.
Well, let me finish. Somebody asked a question here. So answer the question. Don't go to...
What is the question?
Answer his question first.
What is the question that was asked? Let me answer the question.
Look at it. I've written it on the platform. Insecurity from where?
Insecurity from the indigenous people. The insecurity for the indigenous people.
Good.
From the indigenous people. Majority of the, I say collaborators, majority of the insecurity in this country are insecurity that are carried out by the indigenous people of these areas in collusion with external aids. In the south, in
your presentation, let me ask you a question. You said there's a troop of trailer bringing people to Asaba on a daily basis. Let me ask now. So that when you talk, I want to put it in context. So these people are coming every day that the security men, even with you, they have told you that if they want to take over, they will take over us. Who are these people?
They are homeless people. They are people that have come from the north. Most of them, they
are from the north. So in other words, the cause of our insecurity is people from the north.
The cause of our insecurity is not just people from the north. It's I say indigenous people are culpable. Our own people here are part of it. Most of these kidnappings you see, they ascribe it to Fulani herders. Most of them are not Fulani elders. Let's understand that part. Most of them are not carried out by Fulani elders. They're carried out by the people of those areas. And they pretend to be Fulani. Most of them are carried out by the indigenous people. People that have been arrested for kidnappings here in this Ubuluku Aziz, we've had people that have been arrested. There were people that were living in that area. In Ibuzo, even in Abraka Eku, there were some were students, some were living in that area. In the southeast, most of the crimes that are committed are the indigenous people. And now what I am saying in essence, that these people are products of the political architecture. The politicians are part of the problem because they arm these people to project and their election plans and their election trajectory. And it's so difficult when you have given a man arm to take it back becomes a problem. Majority of the crime in the southeast are not isolated crimes by the Fulani people. The indigenous people of the southeast, the so-called ESM, IPOP, they are all part of it. How do we address this? Most of your postulations are if we have a grassroots governance, like you've been saying on this program, it will be easy to assess because the local government structure will be able to fund its own expenditure. Probably the state government will be able to fund its own police and its own policing system to aid localized security. That is what is being evasive right now. The summary of it all is that...
Engineer, thank you. We can get you. I think sometimes you just take it as a defense. It's not a defense. We ask you questions so that you can put it on. Can you give us, we have those people, among these people you have now, that you know, we have some of them in the, because I do know that even where our office is, we have a lot of these Fulani men very close to us there. Can we get one of them to come and tell us their own side of the story? That'll be a question for another day. I'm going to leave you guys for now.
We'll try
I have a
about
little appointment. Thank you guys for today. You guys will continue.
Okay, Nina, you done?
Yes, okay, still looking about. Finally, insecurity, or rather security, is everybody's business. It's a collective responsibility for each and every one of us to look behind ourselves and look over our neighbors' shoulders to be able to raise a red flag where we suspect one. Know your neighbor is not a crime. Know your neighbor. Landlords, know the people you give houses to. Traditional rulers, know the settlers you give land to. I must be clear on this. The Fulanis, I grew up in the north. The Fulanis are a very wonderful people. I was privileged to go to a boarding house. We were going into the bushes where they had their cattle. We eat, draw soup, eat fufu with them. I drink fura di nunu. The Fulani are very habitable people. What is happening now is that we should stop totally ascribing it to the Fulani herders. Yes, they are culpable in certain circumstances, but our indigenous people are now working in collusion with most of these Fulani herders to carry out crimes against their own people, their own citizens, their own communities, and that is a shame. Now, for our landlords and landladies, please know the kind of people you are giving home to. Know the people you are giving your houses to. Agents, you are our biggest problem. House agents. All you are concerned about is total package, 2 million, total package, 3 million. You are not concerned about the kind of people you are giving the total package to. Strangers, crimes are not committed by ghosts or spirits. They are committed by human beings. And it's a product of a thorough, organized surveillance. Someone that is a stranger will not come from Abuja to come and steal in Asaba, unless there's an information and there's a collusion with someone that is living and working in Asaba. Finally, security is everyone's business, my dear. So let's make it a collective responsibility. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Engineer. Thanks for your analysis. You know, the truth is the love for money is what hinders these questions. It's what hinders most of these things you say. Because just like you said, house agents, landlord, their quest for wanting to collect money from these tenants is one of the reasons they don't really make inquiries on the kind of people they bring. And that's the truth. So, but in as much as we still complain about the landlords and agents not minding the kind of people they put in the houses, I feel like our security agencies should still do more. because it will not really make any sense that we are in a country where people are not free to move. Yes, people are not, you can't move freely, people can't do what they want to do. You are scared of going out because of the high level of insecurity. Insecurity is not something to celebrate, because a lot of people have lost their lives because they are Nigerians. I keep saying it. A lot of people, they are supposed to still be alive today, but they are not. Because why? Because they are Nigerians. So let's just hope for a better Nigeria, and that's what I have to say. So I think this would be a good place to wrap up the show on Rise and Shine Nigeria. And tomorrow we're still coming back for the same political show. Still going to talk about a lot of things that are happening in Nigeria, what is burdening on the people. I'll try to see how we can render solutions to them. Please don't forget to follow us on our social media page. Keep telling a friend, keep telling friends about SRTV. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave us with your thoughts. Let's get to know what you think about SRTV. See you tomorrow. I remain your girl, Mary Balizi. Bye.
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to SRTV Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV Real Estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished, stylish apartments designed to provide the ultimate comfort. Luxury redefined, vacation perfected. 24/7 security. Enjoy peace of mind